Welcome back. We are sharing a warning from a local woman who says scammers tried to take advantage of one of the worst moments of her life after her husband's death. And it all started with his online obituary. Leah Linscheid has her call for action tonight.
This story starts.
He was a wonderful man.
With the end of another one.
He gave everything he had to everybody.
A love story between Marge Kittleson and her husband, Lowell.
He worked hard, he played hard, and he loved hard.
After 15 years of marriage, Marge lost her husband last month.
He was known by so many people. He had a heart of gold.
The next few days were a blur of funeral meetings and mourning.
He passed away on a Saturday. We met, the family and I met with Crest Funeral Home on Sunday. And on Monday night, the day the obituary hit social media.
It was that same night that Marge received a phone call. The caller ID said Crest Funeral Home.
And this woman said to me, I'm preparing the death certificate and I want to make sure that it's perfect.
That woman knew every detail, down to Lowell's birth and death date, his family members, his age, everything, but his social security number.
She rattled off a number that could have easily been a social security number, and I said, that's not even close. And she said, well, I wonder where I got that from. Well, what is the social security number? All of a sudden it hit me when she said, well, I really want to get this done.
When Marge asked more questions, here's the answer she got.
Nothing. Click.
All because of an online obituary honoring her husband's life. Someone had almost been able to take advantage of his death.
Exploited, concerned for myself and my family, but also for all of the people that are going through a death to have to deal with something like that. Because your mind is in so many places.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Funeral scams have been common for decades.
Madison College professor Steve Knoll has taught his students about this type of fraud dating back decades.
With the age of social media, that has actually gotten a lot worse because you post stuff and now these scammers can be literally from anywhere. They could be anywhere around the world.
The goal? To take advantage of your vulnerability, the loss of your loved one, for identity theft. Here are some red flags, but one of them isn't your caller ID.
When you get that call, you need to confirm that the person is who you think you're talking to. And you can't just say, oh, my caller ID had the name of the business on it.
This is exactly what happened to Marge. Crest's number had been spoofed. Here's another cause for concern.
Let me get this information that you need, and I'll call you back. And if they say, oh, no, don't hang up, I need it right now, that's a big red flag.
Timing is everything.
If they're pressuring you to give them the information right now, that is almost always going to be aiming for a scam.
Even in emotional times, Steve says, remember to think before you act.
Because you have to remember, scammers don't care how you're doing. That's the reason you're being scammed, is they know that you're being vulnerable. There's a special place in hell for them.
I can't say on air what he would say about it.
The moral of this story is simple. Ask questions, be skeptical, and when in doubt, just hang up the phone. In Stoughton, with this Call for Action report, I'm Leah Linscheid for News 3 Now.
And Marge says she told Crest Funeral Home about the scam, and the company has since included a warning about this type of fraud when it talks with families dealing with a death. And